I want to help you take back the title of CEO and help you become the CEO that you want to be, the CEO that you feel like is the right fit for you, the right fit for your business. So don't let those generally old white men CEOs ruin it for everyone and ruin it for you, especially as an owner of a small business. Welcome to the Process to Profit podcast, where I dig into the key strategies that build successful service-based businesses. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to scale, I'll share practical techniques to help you overcome overwhelm, boost your income, and fall in love with your business again. Let's get your business working for you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about what it actually means to be the CEO of your small business or the CEO of your solopreneur business. And I talk a lot about becoming the CEO, but I haven't really defined what that actually is. So today we're going to be talking about what that looks like for you, what that looks like in your small business, all of those things. And before we get started, I do want to address the elephant in the room that the title of CEO has gotten some bad rap lately, and rightfully so, right? These Fortune 500 companies, these insurance companies, the CEOs of these companies, some of them, not all of them, have really been giving CEOs a bad name. So I want to take back the title of CEO. I want to help you take back the title of CEO and help you become the CEO that you want to be, the CEO that you feel like is the right fit for you, the right fit for your business. So don't let those generally old white men CEOs ruin it for everyone and ruin it for you, especially as an owner of a small business. We're taking back that title today and making it mean something good for you and your business. So with that out of the way, let's talk about what becoming the CEO of your business actually looks like. One of my clients had a really successful, growing keto nutrition business. She was maxed out on one-on-one clients. She had a bunch of nutritionists working with her. She had an assistant. She was really building her business, but she knew that she wanted to help more people. And that was her inflection point. And that's what I call the point where you've reached the ceiling in your business, whatever that ceiling may be. It may be income. It may be number of people you can help. It may be energy and effort that you can put in, whatever that inflection point is for you. That's that ceiling of, I can't do any more, but I want to do more. I want to help more people. I want to make more money. I want to have a bigger business, whatever that is. You get to that point and you're like, I don't know how to move past it, right? So that's when my clients come to me, is when they get that inflection point of wanting to do more and not sure how to actually make it happen. And so she came to me and she was like, I want to build a membership. I know that I can help more people. I know that I can make a bigger impact. I know that there are people out there that can't even necessarily afford one-on-one services, but I know that I can help them with this more affordable option of a membership, but I just don't have the time. I don't have the energy to put into a membership. I don't have the availability to put the time into it that I need to, and to really think deeply about what that membership is and what it looks like and how it will help people. So she came to me and we looked at where all of her time was going. We looked at what she was actually spending her time on and what she wanted to be spending her time on instead. And there were a lot of things that she was doing that she really did not need to be doing in her business, especially with all the help she already had. We just had to make her time more efficient and make better choices around what she was actually spending her time on. And so we looked at all the things that she was doing, and we were able to delegate a lot of the things that she had, and also just take a lot of the things that she was doing off of her plate. And together we said, okay, what do you want to be doing in your business? Where do you want your time to be going? What things do you enjoy doing in your business that actually light you up and make you happy? What can we build your role looking like in your business? How can we build your role? How can we build a role for you in your business that really aligns with what you enjoy doing and what is worth your time and energy? And I said to her multiple times, if you really just enjoy working one-on-one with people, that's totally fine. Like, you do not have to go to the next level. There's nobody here holding a gun to your head telling you that you have to do these things, that you have to build this business. If you really enjoy just working one-on-one with people, there is nothing wrong with that, and you can build a successful, stable business just doing that. But she decided that she wanted more. She wanted to build this membership to help more people because she knew that she could make a bigger impact. And so that was really important to her, to be able to help more people, and especially help the people that couldn't afford to work with her one-on-one. So the first thing that we did was we sat down and we defined, what does being the CEO of her business look like for her? And that was really important because if you don't know what it looks like, then you're really just going to stay stuck where you are. You're going to stay stuck doing everything. You're going to stay stuck um, losing your time to things that you maybe don't really need to be doing. And it can be really difficult to get beyond that if you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you would prefer your role and your job to look like in your business. So do you want to be that visionary strategist? Do you want to be a client-facing expert where you just spend most of your time with your clients one-on-one? Do you want to be that sort of creative lead in your business? Like, what does that look like for you? This is actually a lot of what we do in my CEO Focus and Flow Power session. We sit down and we can sit down and figure out, what do you want to be doing in your business? What lights you up inside? What makes you excited? And then what doesn't make you excited? What actually makes you dread coming to work every day? And then we marry those two together, and then we figure out, how do we stop doing all of those second things that you hate doing, and how do you do more of the first things that you enjoy doing? And we create a plan within our power session to get you to that role that you want to be. But sometimes just having that sounding board of a person asking you these questions, because it's hard to take the time to sit down and think through these things on your own. But by having a dedicated time with someone experienced with talking with people in your current position of being stuck in your business, being at that inflection point, then that can really help you figure out what you want and move you forward to that next step and that next level, whatever that level ends up looking like for you. That's a lot of what we can do in that CEO Focus and Flow power session. Then once you figure out sort of what you want your larger role to be in your business, then you figure out, do you want to scale or do you want to stay small? There is nothing wrong with either choice. It's just whichever choice is right for you. If you do want to scale, then that would probably mean shifting your personal focus from doing the work to actually leading a team that's doing the work, so that you can build scalable offers, that you can have a larger impact with more people. You could potentially keep working one-on-one with clients, but your time, your available time to actually spend with clients is going to be severely limited, but your available time to actually spend with clients will be a lot less, because you need to be thinking about that bigger picture, still be focusing on that strategy, managing the people on your team and in your business, and figuring out how you want your business to grow and what you want it to look like. Maybe you want to develop a group program or a membership like my client, or do more digital products and less one-on-one work. Whatever that looks like and whatever scaling looks like for you, that's what you need to figure out as part of your role as the CEO of your business. If you decide you'd rather stay small, totally fine, nothing wrong with that. Then instead you would look at how you systematize your business more. How can you add in more automations without losing that personal touch? How can you bring in help for the non-client facing parts, things like social media or admin work, things like that? So how can you build your business around you still being that face that your clients always talk to, but behind the scenes, we have more systems, more automations, and potentially more help to build your business around that. So you just need to decide, do you want to scale? Do you want to stay small? And then build your business around whichever goal you're pointing towards. And build your CEO role around whichever goal you want to move towards. Now, one of the big keys in becoming the CEO of your business is delegation. And a lot of small business owners and solopreneurs, myself included, struggle with delegation. Because we built this business in a very specific way. We built it using our own voice. We built it around ourselves and how we like working and how we like things done. And so when we then start to try to delegate, it can be really hard to let go of those things, because we know that we want things done a certain way. We know that it's been successful so far, and we know what we like and what we don't like. When you're stepping into the CEO role of your business, delegation can be one of the hardest parts, because it's so hard to let go of that. And then the other flip side of that is sometimes people just have a really hard time asking for help. And I feel like especially a lot of women have a really hard time asking for help and asking other people to do things for them. That client that I was talking about before, building her membership, she already had an assistant, but she wasn't asking her to do all of the things that she could have been doing. Things like managing her calendar more, managing her inbox more, managing client information more, like all of the things that have to be done in a business that don't necessarily have to be done by her. She still was having a hard time asking her assistant to do it. And her assistant would have been happy to do it. She's very capable, very competent, and very willing to do these things. So it was a mental block that she had around asking for help. Even though she had the assistant and she was already doing some of these things partially, she could have been doing more. And so as small business owners, we have to get used to asking for help, and we have to get used to letting go of how things are done. Now, that doesn't mean that you should expect quality to slip. It doesn't mean that you should put up with people like not getting things done at all, or sloppy work or anything like that. But we have to be able to give people a project or an idea and sort of the guidelines that we want them to go with, and then let them run with it, right? And we have to be able to trust those people. So you have to hire the right people. You have to find the right people that you want to work with and that you do trust. And then you have to give them the parameters and then kind of get out of their way. And the important thing to understand about delegation is that people will probably not do it the way that you would do it, but they may do it in a better way. In fact, they'll probably do it in a better way if it's their area of expertise, or if it's something that they do a lot more than you do. So we have to start getting comfortable with letting go of that control, understand that we are hiring experts and people that know what they're doing. And that's something I can help you do, is figure out who you need and how and what you need them to do for you. And then giving them the guidelines and then trusting them to do it the way that they see fit. And you can always give them feedback. You can always tell them, oh, I would have rather it been pink than green or whatever. Not to make a wicked reference, that was entirely unintentional, but you should trust these people. You should hire people that you trust enough to do their jobs, because if you don't trust them enough to do their jobs and you're just going to be micromanaging them, then you're not saving yourself any time, any energy, or any effort. So make sure that you are ready to hire and delegate. Hire the right people that you can trust and work with, that your vibes check out, that you can work together. You can start with really easy tasks that don't require a lot of creativity, things like posting to social media, but maybe not writing social media information, things like admin work, maybe invoicing, things that don't have a lot of variation potential, or things that are pretty straightforward that you can feel comfortable letting go of. If you're concerned about letting go of control, start with some really easy things. Then you can move on to things that are a little bit more strategic, a little bit more free thinking, like maybe copywriting or social media management, or things along those lines that maybe aren't your zone of genius, but could be someone else's. And you can start letting go of that control and that fear that they're not going to do it as well as you. And also, don't be afraid to tell them if it's not up to your standards, in a nice way. But be honest with them if things are not the way that you need them to be, the way that you not expect them to be. And then if it's still not working out, you can always cut ties. You can always move on and find someone else. And I know that's a really big pain in the ass to do, but it's not a marriage. Even if it was a marriage, there's always divorce, as someone who has been divorced can attest. But it's not permanent, right? So you can always move on to someone else if you find that you are just not working well with the person that you have hired and tried to delegate to. So that was a delegation tangent I didn't mean to go on, but here we are. And finally, the last part of becoming the CEO of your business is your processes. These can be really overwhelming for people. I am a process nerd, so I love processes. And this is a lot of what I help my clients figure out, is what are the processes within their business? Because that is a lot of becoming the CEO, is creating these processes so that they are standardized and easy for other people to follow, so that you can then free yourself up for the more strategic things, for the more creative things, for the parts that you actually enjoy doing. So streamlining processes could look like automation. It could look like delegation, like we talked about. It could look like removing things that don't need to be done at all. I have moved away from a lot of social media platforms because I found that they weren't serving me. And I was putting a lot of time and effort into them for them to not give me any results in return. So figuring out what those things are that you could potentially even just remove from your processes altogether. And so by implementing these processes, these automations, It lets you step back from your business so that you're not in the weeds all the time doing every single thing. And it lets you take a breath and see that bigger picture. So if you're at that inflection point that I talked about earlier in your business where you are ready for more, you're ready to take on more clients, but you just kind of can't, you're ready to make a bigger impact, but you just aren't sure where to find the time for it, or you're ready to take a step back and put less time and effort into your business, but you don't want to lose the income and the momentum that you already have, then I want you to do this exercise. I want you to track everything that you do in your business for a week. I know it seems like a lot because there's a lot of things that go into running a business every week, but track every little thing that you're doing, every little task. And then at the end of the week, I want you to categorize things by things you enjoy and things that you don't enjoy. What gives you energy and what takes your energy away? This is all one activity, not two different tasks. This is just one categorization. So things that you enjoy that give you energy, things that you don't enjoy that drain your energy. And then take a look at the things that drain your energy and figure out what can you delegate out of those things potentially. Now, you may not be at a point in your business where you can delegate, but what would you delegate if you could? Or what would you eliminate? What maybe doesn't serve your business and it doesn't serve you and it's not giving you the outcomes that you want and not making it worth the energy that it's draining from you. And this activity can be really eye-opening because a lot of the times we're spending time in our business doing things that don't move the needle forward, but we don't really realize it. We don't realize where our energy is going. We don't realize that we're even spending all of this time on these things. So by writing it all down and looking at it, it can really make a difference in how you approach being the CEO of your business. And this is a lot of what we do in my CEO Focus and Flow Power session that I talked about earlier. We sit down and we look at everything that you're doing in your business and figure out what is exciting for you and what isn't exciting for you. And then we make a plan around how we can build your CEO role around the things that you enjoy and get rid of all of those things that you don't enjoy and don't excite you about your business. So that is a lot of what we do in that Focus and Flow Power session. And you can get a link to that in the description below or laurenglenn.com/power if you are interested in sitting down with me and talking through all of this together. Stepping into that CEO role is about being very intentional about how you're leading and how you're spending your time. You should sit down and decide your role in your business, what you actually enjoy doing. Do you want to be, like I said, that visionary, that strategist, that creative person? Understanding what your processes are and how you can streamline them, and then delegating where you can. And then also understanding if you want to scale or if you want to stay small. And remember, it doesn't have to be a forever decision. Just because it's your decision today doesn't mean it's your decision forever. Like maybe you want to stay small while your kids are young. And then once they're grown up, you can scale and you want to build a bigger business and you want to add in more services and more options. That's fine too. We are not limiting ourselves to whatever we choose today. It's just our choice for today. And the biggest part of this is clarity. Clarity is key to stepping into your CEO mindset. Clarity around what you want, clarity around how you want to run your business and how you want to show up for your client. And if you want help doing any of this, then that's where my CEO Focus and Flow Power session comes in. We will sit down and figure all of this out together so you don't have to go it alone. Again, laurenglenn.com/power. I hope this episode was helpful for you. If you got valuable information about it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Leave it a comment. If you are listening anywhere that you get your podcasts, and go ahead and leave a review. It really does help other people find this podcast and help them step into the CEO role of their business. And I really appreciate it. I read every single one. I really enjoy hearing from you all and hearing how this podcast is helping you. Next week's episode, we'll be talking to KP and Jesse of Inkpot Creative. And they're going to be teaching us all about how to create a brand that stands out in the sea where everybody looks the same. KP and Jesse do not believe in cookie cutter brands, and they are going to help you figure out how to make your brand stand out as well. And then another of my future episodes, one of my most requested topics, how to set boundaries as a CEO. And then in an upcoming episode, we're going to be talking about one of my most requested topics, which is how do I set boundaries as a business owner? We're going to be getting deep into that about systematically how you can set boundaries, emotionally how you can set boundaries, and how setting boundaries can help you step into that CEO role of your business. So subscribe to make sure that you do not miss any of my upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for listening or watching today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!